LNP, Laguna Niguel, Laguna Beach. KXFM on 104.7, kxfmradio.org.
Hey there, what's up, Laguna? Janice Murray here with news. With the ethereal sun sparkling on the ocean at dawn, Main Beach will be the place to be for Laguna's annual community-wide Easter Sunrise celebration on Sunday, April 5th. With sunrise in its name, yes, it's early, folks. 6 a.m. on the beach. Arrive at 5:45 a.m. if you want coffee and donuts. There'll be a live band and songbooks passed out so everybody can join in the singing. Reverend Courtney Mackey of Laguna Beach United Methodist Church says many people come year after year, while others just wander in on a dog walk and are surprised to see hundreds of happy neighbors. The celebration ends by decorating a cross with flowers and by blowing bubbles that take off in the flight. Just bring your beach chair, wear comfy warm clothes, and an open heart for joy and hope. And I'm Janice Murray for news on 104.7 KXFM. And now, here's you-know-who, it's Dave.
It's the last Sunday of March, and it's a good-looking day across Laguna Beach. Let's call it partly to mostly sunny. 75 at the beach, 77 up on the hilltop, the warm spot, the canyon, 76. Tonight, some clouds around, 56 for the overnight low. On Monday, kind of a changeable sky, a mix of clouds and sunshine, 71. Tuesday and Wednesday, clouds will dominate, 69 each day. There could be a spot shower here and there, but the storm system we're watching is mainly to our north, and it's an inside slider, so it doesn't have the ocean to tap to as far as moisture is concerned. So I'm not overly concerned about any rain, but there will be quite a bit of clouds from it. Also, the full moon is coming up on Wednesday, so expect some extra tidal swings. That's my forecast. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray. Tune in, turn on to KXFM 104.7, Laguna's Community Radio.
Hey, it's Bruce Rave, and I hope you can join me Saturday nights for my all-new music show. We look at many of the coolest, most important indie and alternative tunes from around the world. Lots of new and deeper tracks from familiar artists, also some newbies that I feel have really bright futures. So come hang with me Saturday nights, 7 to 9 on
This disclaimer is a statement notifying listening audiences that any opinions expressed on our shows are not representative of Laguna Radio, Inc., its management, or its board of directors.
Good morning from the rainbow. Good morning from the sea. From Laguna's shining shoreline, where every heart is free. Where the ocean meets the sunlight, and the sky begins to glow. We gather here together, where the rainbow colors flow. Rainbow radio calling across the waves so wide. Voices full of music with hope as our guide. Rainbow radio calling across the waves so wide. Voices full of music with hope as our guide. From the rainbow bench above the sea. Good morning from the rainbow, and welcome home.
Well, welcome home. Hi, this is Craig, and it's beautiful Sunday morning, as I usually am here in 10 a.m. every Sunday morning on KXFM with Rainbow Radio, where we talk about many things important in the world, about everyone and everything, and I don't know where I'm going with that. First, I do have some guests that have yet to arrive, but I do have two guests that I will be sharing the airwaves with, and that's Rose Garcia and Bella Barkow. And as soon as they arrive, we'll get them on the air. But in the meantime, I have to update you on Laguna Beach's arts and culture, which you got to get some culture. There was always a running joke about there was no culture in Chico, California, if you've ever heard of that. Yeah, and they were saying, yeah, they think Velveeta cheeses should be in the delis in the deli section as fine cheese. I don't know how I'm way off. Anyway, no disrespect to Chico, California. So this is the latest roundup of upcoming arts, performances, exhibitions, and creative happenings. So the theater at the Maltese Falcon is going to be at the Playhouse, and that's April 15th. So we got a ways to go, but just a couple weeks. It's a classic noir mystery brought to life on stage. So that's the theater. And then film and creative events. There is at the Rivian coming up on Wednesday, April 1st, which is April Fool's Day. It's Little Currents. It's a free, family-friendly storytelling and creativity program. So that's April 1st from 10 to 11 a.m. So you don't have to keep the kids up late. I wonder, it's a Wednesday. All right, and then ongoing community screenings and creative program will always be going on at the Rivian. You can always go to their website and get the latest update. Museum exhibitions are now open. The Andy Moses Into the Light. It's open through September 20th, so it's a long run. Andy, you must have a lot of influence at the museum. Anyway, Into the Light, it's called. And Frank Kuprian has an exhibition, and that's For the Love of the Sea. It sounds like a good one to me. Through September 7th, wow. And LCAD has MFA Undercurrents. That's through May 30th. I'm not sure, no more details on that, but if it's LCAD, you know it's got to be good. And the museum hours, just so you know, which I love the Laguna Art Museum, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday. Perfect for a weekend art escape. It's one of the things you do when you have guests visiting from out of town. That and the Cliff Restaurant, I think. But that's just my personal feeling. And then art classes are still creative art learning at the Laguna College of Art and Design. It's painting exploration courses continue Sunday through April 25th. And it's a hands-on studio learning open to the public. How about that? And the local art scene and community events, we have the first Thursday coming up. That's April 2nd. As you know, it's art walking. You walk around and you sample the wine. And then you look at some art and you sample some wine. And you look at some art and you sample some wine. Oh, that's just me. But it's a very cultural experience. And then art that's small at the city. That is a display going on outside in the front lawn of the City Hall. And that's through April 17th. It's showcasing intricate small-scale works by regional artists. So that's your local update. Let's see. I do think I have some guests have arrived. Let me see if I can let them in here. And we're just going to jump right into it with, here we go, Rose Garcia and Bella. Are you there? Or can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me? This is Rose.
Yeah, Rose. Okay. And do we have Bella there as well?
She should be jumping on any second.
Oh, so she's not exactly with you in the room. She's okay. That's well. No, I'll keep my eye open for you.
Yeah. How's it going?
It's fine. We've been hyping you up as much as we can. I know it's a big undertaking that you and Bella, it looks like, have taken on. And just so you know, let me tell the audience about what's going on here. It's this while we give Bella a few minutes to come on here. This is a conversation about visibility, belonging, and carrying forward something that has changed lives for generations. The Sunday, March 29th, on March 29th at 10 a.m.
No, it's actually September 29th to October 4th.
Oh, what do we have? Oh, well, that's, yes, that is. I'm sorry, I'm a little confused here. I was reading my intro. After 35 extraordinary years, the Dinah, the world's most iconic festival celebrating queer women, begins an exciting new chapter. And that's what the conversation is about today. It's about Rose Garcia and Bella Barkow. Rose is an entrepreneur, advocate, and familiar face from the real L word. And Bella Barkow is a visionary producer and longtime force behind the Dinah's success. So that's who is here today. And the event, when is the event? I know it's coming
So the
up.
event is from September 30th to October 4th. It runs from a Wednesday all the way to a Sunday. And we've taken over the Hilton and Hotel Zoso.
And what is your attendance numbers? You've got two hotels.
Yeah, the attendance varies, but we can get up to anywhere from 3,000 plus women. So that's kind of, the attendance realm of where we end up. And since we have so many different events, we've activated 2 hotels. So we have one hotel, which is the Hilton, which is the crazy, fun, energetic, pool party.
Yeah.
And then we have activated a second hotel, Hotel Zoso, which is still going to be fun and crazy, but in a different way. We're doing pool games. We're going to have a DJ play more throwbacks. We're going to have one of our fitness influencers host morning yoga, things like that. We want to make sure we take care of our athletic sapphic lesbians too.
Healthy and fun at the same time. What a combination.
Exactly.
I see someone calling in. I wonder if that is...
that's probably Bella.
Okay, hold on a second here. Bella, are you there?
Yeah, hi.
Oh, I guess we're having a party here. I got
there
Rose.
There you go.
I got Rose on... Yeah, go ahead.
I pinged her to join us.
Yeah, I got Rose on Zoom, and I got you on the phone line, so we're all one happy camp. We were going on without you a little bit here. But anyway, Bella is an accomplished LGBTQ event producer and co-owner with a career spanning from underground nightlife. We need to know more about that. And 2 major festivals across Los Angeles and beyond. So you've beginning her journey in West Hollywood's vibrant queer scene. She went on to produce events for LA Pride and Out Loud Festival. Boy. Since joining the Dinah in 2018, Bella rose from stage manager to operations manager, gaining deep insight into the festival's legacy and impact. Her leadership reflects a passion for creating inclusive, affirming spaces for queer women and future generations. Boy, you got a lot on your plate there, Bella.
I like being busy.
Well, apparently you have an addiction, if you ask me.
It's ADHD. I call it my superpower.
Oh, well, that's a good way to look at it. Well, been in the hotel business, and we put on a lot of events in various convention centers and whatnot. It's a lot of work. Every detail, every dot has to be every I has to be dotted and every T crossed. It's quite a deal. And then, so this is the first time that the Dinah has been co-managed with Rose and Bella. Is that a correct statement?
That's correct. Yes. We both worked in different capacities and came together. And I feel, as you just read Bella's accolades, I think I chose the right partner here.
She's doing all the work, and you get all the glory, right?
There you go. I don't mind admitting that, because she is.
What a relationship!
Rose is a very hard worker.
Well, I hope
as I often joke, I have a face for radio, so I'm so glad.
It's all right. I hope after this event you're still speaking to one another.
Oh yeah, we work honestly. Honestly, I have so many other businesses, and I've said this, out loud. I've said it to Bella. I've never had a partner that works hard as me or harder And we do everything with respect, a smile, such a synergy. We
Wow.
have a wonderful partnership where there's no indifferences or any, I mean, we just get it. We just get each other. We get along. It's so cool. I mean, I've
Well,
never had that before.
This is a stereotype, but I was president of a gay car club up in Portland, Oregon, and we were struggling. And then this young lady that worked for UPS came on board. And if you want to get a job done, you bring in a powerful woman, and it will be done. And believe me, when what the heck was her name? When she came on board, everything came together. That's why we need a female president. Yep.
I don't disagree with that. But I think Bella and I coined the relationship as a lesbian mullet. I'm the party in the front.
Yep.
She's the business in the back.
Oh, I like that.
Yep.
Yeah. It was not.
And you need both sides to have the look. You really
Yeah.
do. And
Well,
I'm glad I have Rose as a partner.
I think in any great success in whatever anyone endeavors, it's usually a team effort of two strong people that know their spaces. I think I totally agree. Yeah. So, what's different this year than prior years that's coming up for the event? And again, what was the date? I want to write it on my calendar.
It's September 30th through October 4th. And I'll let Bella give you, since she has gotten, her hands dirty and putting it together for the last 10 years. And, and really, when I say put your hands dirty, I mean, building stages and, helping set things up with Mariah. She can tell you the big difference between prior Dinah and this year's Dinah, since she just put together the stage for this year, and we're really excited about it.
Well, let me tell our listeners the reason Rose and Bella are here, because this is our first year together doing it, and I thought we'd have you on the station twice. Once to tell everyone, save the date, which that's the day, that's today. We're telling everyone, save the date. And then as we get closer, we'll have more of the lineup of the entertainment and what more of the details are about the event. And hopefully they'll have time to be back on KXFM here in Laguna Beach. So anyway, go ahead now, Bella.
Thanks. And we would be honored to be back here on KXFM Laguna Beach.
Yeah.
It's awesome to, support fellow queer business people working towards, using their platform to share and support the community. So thank you for having us.
No problem.
Yeah, like Rose was saying, I mean, we've done a lot. We've both been a part of it for a very long time and seen what works and what doesn't. And the simple fact of the matter, and something Rose keeps coming back to, is that it's been a successful event for 34 years. It's had a solid, beautiful, long life. And it's been a successful event. You can't argue with that. And you can't perfect on something that is done well for so long.
Wow.
But what I think you can do, and I think a lot of people in California or LA especially will understand this, is you can give it a bit of a facelift sometimes. Just a little touch up, just a little, makeup. And I think that's what we're kind of focusing on this year is, keeping the things that made it successful, that made it feel like a safe communal space. Yeah. Something Mariah used to say all the time is, this is a chance for people to get away for 5 days to a place in the way the world should be, in a safe environment,
like
a place that they can be themselves for 5 days, leave the outside world at the door, and just be happy and gay. And by gay, I mean happy, to just be themselves, be free.
I love that. Leave the outside world at the door. I like that.
Yeah. So we didn't want to change too much, especially the first year. We wanted to keep a lot of what made it special, but we also wanted to bring back some of the things that people thought made it special. So, exciting this year is we plan on bringing back comedy for people.
Oh, cool.
Another thing that we'll be doing. Yeah. Comedy it was always popular. It gave people something else to do. I think it's very important that people understand that this isn't just a party. This is an event. This is a 5-day utopia. This is a, pilgrimage. They used to call it the lesbian pilgrimage back in the day,
I think comedy is healing and very important. because it sheds a funny perspective, things we can laugh at about ourselves and in the world, and I suppose. But that's a great addition, I would say.
Thank you. And the other thing we're looking at is, there's always so many people who say, I want to go, but I don't have a lot of community where I am. They're coming from, places in America, Middle America, or outside the world, where maybe they don't have a local gay bar, they don't have a lot of community, and they're like, I want to go, but I don't have friends to go with, or I don't have a partner. And so we're introducing something called our SOS, our singles or social or solos event, which is essentially going to allow some community building. It's completely free add-on event. So it's a little more bang for your buck, and it's just a place and setting where people who are traveling singles, either as a single person or as a solo person, can get together and meet others and essentially make lifelong friends. I want it to feel like summer camp. Year after year, you come back and you look forward to meeting these friends you're going to see next year at Dinah.
Oh, I like that.
From all around the world.
Well, 5 days, that makes sense. You get time to develop some friendships in that span.
Yep.
And maybe look forward to coming back again. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm going to drag you back to, because it's kind of nagging me. Okay. I remember Dinah Shore when I'm not, 19 anymymore. And it was always, see the USA in your Chevrolet. Thank you. And so I think it would be interesting to know a little bit more how this kind of evolved over those 34 years since she had the golf classic there in Palm Springs.
Well, I think Mariah did the event the weekend of the golf classic because a ton of women were getting together and they were doing this golf tournament or attending to watch, and then needed a place to hang out and socialize afterward. And I started going to Dinah about 25 years ago. And by the time I got there, it was a full-on party. It was already pool party, extravaganza, ballroom parties. It was just a whole lesbian sapphic utopia. Okay. And I'm from Los Angeles. And even I was in awe when I first walked into this event to see so many people, because there were people from all over the world. Mm-hmm. There were people from the UK, from Canada, from, all over the place. And it was something I had never experienced. And, I'm from a big market, right? So think about the people from Middle America or from other places that come to this, and they're just like, wow, and it's just completely has grown, and it's grown in a lot of different aspects. And Bella especially could touch upon this in the last 10 years. From a production standpoint, it's grown. I mean, she's brought acts such as Lady Gaga, Doechii, and, Katy Perry, Meghan Trainor, just so many big acts that, she brings to the desert to this amazing event. And we get to have a private concert, which I think is pretty cool.
Truly is the equivalent of Coachella, it sounds like.
Yes, it is. It's a sapphic
I call
Coachella.
it a white party for women. But I grew up with gay men, so.
Well,
I do want to touch on this idea of it starting in the 90s around a golf tournament.
Yeah.
And just say that I think part of the reason that happened is because it was a lot more difficult for lesbians, women, gay men, everyone in the LGBTQ plus umbrella to come out in the 90s. And so
very good point. Very good point.
Activities tended to be a sort of safe haven where, if you were a golfer, you were probably a little gay, just like tennis players, there's certain sports that are a little more gay than others. And I think it was sort of a safe space where you could come out and you knew you were going to find other people like you.
Yeah.
You couldn't say it out loud, but you felt a little safer in this environment.
Well, if you're in the Midwest and you weren't out, you could always say, well, I'm going to the golf classic.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, then people would be like, "Oh, it's a hint."
it would be the beard for the event for those that
Exactly.
might not be out. It's sadly, but that's the way it was. I think for many years, it's getting better though. I'm more optimistic. Well, what else? Anything else to add to the evolution of the Dyna?
I feel that we're bringing. I'm excited for the production that we're putting together this year. Bella and I had the daunting task of throwing this together in such a short time because whoever took over the Dyna, they were expected to skip 2026. And when we took this on, we felt we had the capability, even though we have a short window of time to make it happen. So we're challenging ourselves, but I feel we're on pace and we're really excited to bring Dyna 2026.
Well, I hope KXFM's a help in that cause because, well, for obvious reasons, but yeah. So there was when you took it over from the former management, Bella, you were part of that staff though, right?
Yeah, actually, and I have to give Mariah Hansen, the former owner and creative mind behind the festival, credit. She actually came to her staff. We had a management meeting, and she said, "Listen, I am going to be selling the Dyna. I'm ready to enjoy golfing and riding my horses and spending my weekends playing pickleball."
Good for her.
And I want my life basically. And Dyna was her life for so long, but I give her credit that she came to us as a management before it became a public announcement and shared the news with us. But I didn't want you to be surprised or hear it from anyone else. And I have to be honest, as soon as we got off that phone call, I called her right back and I said, put me in the running.
Wow.
I need to be in the running. And I started working on it and, talking with a few different partners. And then as soon as I knew that Rose might be a possibility, I was like, she would be a perfect business partner. And I was right.
From the marketability standpoint, I think it's very important not to skip a year. I think you could lose so much traction with that. But
absolutely.
Yeah. And I think the importance of having two people who have lived it and been involved. And, both of us have seen so many different angles of it. Rose was a customer for many years and then as sort of the face of the pool stage and the night parties. And me from sort of the back end. I feel like we really were fortunate that we have the sort of upper hand back end knowledge.
Yeah.
That not everyone would have had.
I assume everyone is welcome at this event. It's not restricted, no.
Are we allowed to swear? I would say so long as you're not a
jerk. As long as you're not a jerk. Yeah.
Well, that goes without saying. Yeah.
As long as you're not a jerk and you're a good person, you're welcome to come enjoy the vibes, the drinks, the music, and the people.
Exactly. So at this point, when you've picked up the gauntlet here, you've got to. Oh my! I just got to say, there's so much work that would go into this, and September 30th. Well, it might sound like it's a long ways away. That's a short time to pull everything together. I would.
It is, and we've. I don't think if it wasn't for having Bella on this, there's no way this would have happened. Yeah. But since she knows not only the Dyna, but has an extensive production background, it's honestly easy peasy for her, not for the normal person, right? Yeah. So we were able to look at each other and say, let's do this. And we're doing it. Everything's ready to go.
Wow.
Easy peasy might be a bit of a stretch. It's definitely a couple sleepless nights, but it is a lot of natural things that I do know how to do.
Now she made it look easy to me. I'm like, all right, let's add those risers. Let's do this. I have no idea what I'm talking about half the time, but Bella encourages me.
Yeah. Well, it's a team, so that's what's important. Do you have any? Can you give us any inside information on some of the name entertainment that might be there?
We're working on that. We're working on that right now. We have some exciting contracts out and some good conversations with some folks. By the next time we talk, we're definitely going to have those names locked in.
Okay. All right. Well, let it be here first that you no. You heard it here first on KXFM. No, no, we can't do that. You got to do what you got to do.
You will be one of the first to know.
Okay. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. So, I would just like to touch on a little bit of both of your backgrounds and how you decided to, you made that decision to be lesbian, right? It wasn't, you decide, one day I'm going to be, right?
An idea to me.
It was after I watched Flashdance for the first time. Once I watched Flashdance, I'm like, okay, I'm a lesbian.
You flashed over on Flashdance. Does your
I blame my socialist Canadian upbringing.
it's those Canucks. I knew it.
Yeah.
So does Bella? Does your family go? What is she doing? Do they?
Yeah, they often. I actually I got married recently, which is very exciting.
Oh, cool.
But unfortunately, my family didn't attend just because I don't.
Oh no. Oh.
Want to be here right now. It was nothing personal. They just.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
America's not a place they wanted. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. You don't need to explain any more than that.
But the point is, that we have this safe space, and that's also why I think Dyna is so important, is that we have this safe place where people can come from all over the world. They're landing in Palm Springs. The Human Rights Commission gave Palm Springs one of the highest ratings for, being a safe space for LGBTQ communities here in the U.S. And again, like I said, it's a place where for 5 days people can come from anywhere in the world and be safe and enjoy this experience.
Yeah, that's amazing. And that's very heartwarming, actually. I know the city council there in Palm Springs, speaking of HRC and its accreditation, the city council at one point, it was a few years ago, was all LGBTQ.
That's awesome.
Yeah, which I don't know if that's still the case, but it was a milestone at the time. I'm going, oh yes, and then now there's some politics, I think, in a nearby community there where they're not friendly, but whatever, we won't go there. That's okay. So,
well, the good thing is the city's been super welcoming to us. They've pretty much rolled out the red carpet as they had for Mariah. So we feel really welcome. We feel, that they want to support, and they have been supporting the Dyna. So we're really excited to be, continue this tradition in Palm Springs, and the city of Palm Springs has just been amazing.
For the listeners, is there a website that has some information that they can log on to and keep up to date with your progress?
Yes, they can go on thedyna.com, and thedyna.com also has access to tickets, hotel rooms, and if you want to keep up to date, we implemented SMS updated text messages so they can opt in for that option as well.
Okay, so it's the THE Dyna, spelled Dyna. DINAH.com. Yeah, DINAH. It's not Diana and it's not Dina. It's
it's Dyna.
Dyna. DINAH.com. And then, so they can, that's interesting. So they probably can also give their email and get email updates, I assume.
That's correct. They can get email updates. They can get text message updates. That's one implementation that
Instagram. Yeah, we're also on Instagram. New this year, we've opened up our TikTok account, so that's very exciting. Again, part of the thing that we're doing is honoring, the people who have been for so many years and offering lots of ways to get to them, while also reaching out to the younger community, because I think it's important that even they feel, they feel and get to experience this thing that so many of us have enjoyed.
Sure.
Yeah, and all socials, TikTok, website is all the Dyna. So they can look up the Dyna and they'll find us. DINAH, DINAH.com. Okay, so you're omnipresent in social media, which is cool.
anything else we should know about this major production going on for September 30th through October 4th?
Yeah, well, I already touched upon bringing on both hotels. We're really excited about that and what the Zoso is going to be and what the Hilton's going to be. Bella, is there anything else you want to add about 2026?
I think just, the most important thing to touch on is that, spaces like these, especially for, queer female identified persons, are disappearing. They are, I don't know if you saw the Lesbian Bar Project film, but it's tough out there. And I think it's important that we continue to come together every year as a community, because that's what this space is and that's what we provide. And so we are fortunate that so far the community showed up and showed an interest through ticket sales, and we hope to continue that drive, because we need to keep spaces like this alive.
Yeah.
And, we hope to use our platform to support other spaces and other queer-owned establishments. Because we're all in it together.
Speaking to the world audience out there, I was looking at the number of downloads of the podcast from my station program. And it's always interesting, but South Africa, shout out to South Africa. For some reason, there's quite an audience in South Africa. So it's truly a global reach, and it's truly an event that's unlike any event in the world. So if you're listening out there across nations, across continents, this is something you want to put on your calendar, I think. It's that important, and probably could be life-changing, like your first, Bella, your first vision of Flashdance. Wasn't that you, or was that?
Oh, that was me, Rose.
This could be your Flashdance.
Exactly.
I'm going to a resort in Palm Springs. Oh, by the way.
And you never know, because Jennifer Beals might be there, the star of Flashdance.
Oh, that's true. That's all Hollywood,
And she was a star on the L Word, and a good friend of the creator, who I was on the reality version of that. So you never know. Flashdance star might be in at the pool party.
You might have a whole theme event at the pool party and play all the music. Who knows? You still got time to arrange it. Who hires the DJs?
We do. We have a list of DJs that have worked with us in the past. Mm-hmm. And Bella and I put our heads together, and when we do programming, and we put who we feel is going to bring the most energy, who we feel also, it's always important to have someone who could work as a team, right? Because we work so closely as a team. And that's the one thing I have to say about Dinah, about being a part of the team this last decade. I mean, the people you work with in such close quarters, in such a high energy, demanding event, you have to really like the people you're around, and I actually love them. I don't like them. We have each other's back. We treat each other with respect. Everyone just has this family setting and aura of working together. And we extend that to our talent too. We make sure that we choose talent who not only loves the event, but are fun to work with.
Well, yeah, it's as with life, it's the journey, and have fun along the way. If you can't do that, it's just not worth it. I mean, I don't think. But,
I agree. I agree.
And so that's all good news. Well, I'm excited for you for this whole thing. I was aware that is an annual event, but I had no idea the attendance and the reach that you have had over those, again, was it 34 years?
Yes, this is the 35th year this year.
35. We're coming of age. 35 is a good year.
I don't remember it, but yeah.
Me neither. I don't know where the heck I was. I know I wasn't doing radio, but anyway, that's another whole story. Well, any other messages, anyone you want to shout out to in the program? And I will also tell you, while you're thinking about that, I'll also tell you that the listeners that are just tuning in and maybe didn't catch the entire program, later on today, it will be as a podcast on rainbow-radio.org. rainbow-radio.org. And if you wish to communicate to me with my email, it's craig@rainbow-radio.org. And so you can catch it all, as well as portions of it are available. You can download. I'll just tell you, Rose and Bella, if you want to use part of it in any promotion or marketing, you're welcome to it. You can download the entire program and pick and choose, I suppose, what segments you might want to use. But that, and is there any last message or any shout outs you want to toss out there? No?
Bella?
I would love to just end with this. I would like to thank everyone who listened. I would like to thank you for, giving us this opportunity to speak to the community.
My pleasure.
We would not exist if it wasn't for the support and love of the attendees, the staff, the community that show up. And so, Rose and I could just be working on this thing, but if it wasn't for all the people who showed up, it wouldn't happen. So thank you.
Well, I hope you're a raging success as always. That would be so wonderful.
Thank you. But judging by our ticket sales, we're on the right track. So we want to thank everyone who's already purchased their tickets, all of our folks that have jumped on, and the early birds. They're smart. They're snatching them up, and we're looking pretty good.
I suppose the hotel reservations are hotels they can't add rooms, so when they're out, they're out. So I would suggest if you're listening and you at all want to use the Hilton, or what was the other venue, the other hotel?
The Hotel Zosa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So those rooms aren't available just yet, but the Hilton is just about, it's going pretty quickly, so we're going to have to open up the Zosa very soon.
Oh, wow. So it's all good news. Well, we'll be back and get an update. I'm not sure what the date, when you might be back, but I'll leave that up to you. And give me a couple weeks' notice so I can get you in the schedule. And we'll be back with Rose and Bella. And I thank you for taking your time today to share what's going on with us here in Little Laguna Beach and across the world at the same time. Thank you so much. We love being on, and happy Dinah to everybody. And thanks again. Oh, you're welcome. It's truly a pleasure. Have a
Dinah forever, baby.
Yes.
Have a fabulous day as we move along here. I will. Thank you so much. Have a great day and happy Sunday to everybody. Take care. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, that was fun. Take a little Hiroshima, one wish. Excuse me.
My name is Henry Walker, and I'm a fourth-generation banker and CEO of Farmers and Merchants Bank. When my great-grandparents, Carrie and C.J. Walker, started F&M Bank 118 years ago, they made a pledge to help small businesses and working people achieve the American dream right here in a new land called California. We've been honing that vision ever since through 4 generations of family stewardship. We've worked to create a culture unlike any other bank in the nation, of purpose over profit, of service above self, of partnerships based on trust. We make banking personal. Our latest addition to the F&M family is our beautiful new Laguna Beach branch location at Glen Eyrie and Laguna Ave. We're here to help you realize your dreams of home ownership, financial planning, and starting or growing a business. Stop by. You never need an appointment. Our bankers are members of the community. They remember your name because we pride ourselves on genuine relationships, not transactional ones. F&M Bank, some things will always be. Stop by today. Member FDIC.
And thank you to F&M Bank for being a supporter of here at the nonprofit operation of KXFM 1047. I have a segment coming up. It's about, if you've been listening for a period of time, you know I love to do things about why I love California. So without further ado, it's time for another California moment in the sunshine, the spirit, and a little California magic. This is why I love California. This week's theme is farmers markets and fresh starts. There's something happening all across California right now. Tents going up before sunrise, crates of strawberries, oranges, and avocados stacked like treasure, and the first sip of locally roasted coffee as the morning fog lifts. You know you're in California when your weekend plans include a farmer's market, and somehow that is the plan. It's not just shopping, it's a whole vibe. Only in California. We will taste 6 different olive oils like we're judging a global competition. We will say, I just grabbed a few things, and leave with flowers, honey, sourdough, and emotional fulfillment. And we absolutely trust a handwritten sign that says, best peaches ever, because honesty, it usually is. Did you know California leads the U.S. in farmers markets with over 800 across the state and produces more than 400 different crops, supplying a huge portion of the nation's fruits, nuts, and vegetables, which means when you're at a California farmers market, you're basically standing in the heart of America's food story. But here's what I really love. Farmers markets in California aren't just about what you buy. They're about connection. Talking to the person who grew your food. Running into neighbors, listening to live music drifting through the stalls. It's simple, it's human, and it's real. In a world that moves fast, California still makes space for moments like this, where you can slow down, breathe, and remember what matters. And maybe that's the magic, not just the sunshine or the produce, but the feeling that life, at its best, can still be shared face to face. So, wherever you're going this morning, take a breath, savor something fresh, and remember, you're not just in California, you're part of what it makes us so vibrant.
Clouds are shrouding need you, weather still together when it ends. That may be all I need. Darkness, she is all I see. Come and rest your bones with me. Driving slow on Sunday morning, and I never want to leave. Yeah. Things just get so crazy, living life gets hard to do. Sunday morning rain is falling, and I'm calling out to you, saying someday it will bring me back to you. Yeah, find a way to bring myself back home to you. May not know that maybe all I need. Darkness, she is all I see. Come and rest your bones with me. Driving slow on Sunday morning. Driving slow, yeah, yeah. Ah, 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 yeah, yeah. There's a flower in your hair. I'm a flower in your hair. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was Maroon 5 and celebrating California and our California vegetable basket, or fruit and nuts, where more almonds are produced in California than anywhere in the world, in case you didn't know that. Hey, I have the word of today. Polycrisis. Maybe you've heard it. I don't know. Polycrisis is a word increasingly used in global conversations to describe a time when multiple crises are happening at once. Boy, does that sound familiar. And more importantly, when they are connected. And what would that be? Climate change, conflicts across regions, economic uncertainty, displacement of people. Not separate problems, but overlapping ones, each intensifying the other. That's polycrisis. It's a modern word for the very human feeling that everything seems to be happening all at once. Oh, do you feel like that sometimes? I know I do. Reflection for Rainbow Radio. But here's the deeper truth behind polycrises. If our challenges are connected, then so are we. The same world that allows problems to ripple across borders also allows compassion to travel just as far. You can bring daylight. A helping hand in one place can echo across another. A single act of understanding can cross cultures, languages, and distance. So maybe this moment in history is not just a test of our system, but a test of our shared humanity. Oh boy. Because if we are living through a polycrisis, then perhaps what we need is a poly response. More kindness, more cooperation, and more care for one another. Because even in complicated times, hope still connects us. Word of the day, polycrises. I'm glad to know. It's good. It's good when you put a label on things. It's because sometimes you need a label. Craig here on KXFM Radio. At the conclusion of our first hour, we'll be back in just a minute after station identification.
KXRN LP, Laguna Niguel, Laguna Beach. KXFM on 104.7, KXFMradio.org.
Hey there, what's up, Laguna? Janice Murray here with news. Easter is coming up Sunday, April 5th, when Laguna Beach will hold its community-wide sunrise celebration on Main Beach at 6 a.m. But if you're not an early bird, here are 3 later options. The Laguna Presbyterian Church will have 2 services, one at 9 a.m. with full music and the other at 10:30 with nursery and child care options available for both. The Presbyterian Church is right downtown at 415 Forest Avenue. The Neighborhood Congregational Church will hold 1 service on Easter at 10 a.m. to 12:15 p.m., featuring a mariachi band led by Toro del Sol Rioso and food. The Congregational Church is located at 340 St. Anne's Drive, downtown. And St. Mary's Episcopal Church will also have their service at 10 a.m. with a choir and brunch afterward. St. Mary's is located at 428 Park Avenue. All 3 are walking distance from Main Beach at PCH into downtown. Just walk up the promenade at Forest Avenue to the addresses. Happy Easter, everyone. I'm Janice Murray with news for 104.7 KXFM. And now, here's Dave.
It's the last Sunday of March, and it's a good-looking day across Laguna Beach. Let's call it partly to mostly sunny. 75 at the beach, 77 up on the hilltop, the warm spot, the canyon, 76. Tonight, some clouds around, 56 for the overnight low. On Monday, kind of a changeable sky, a mix of clouds and sunshine, 71. Tuesday and Wednesday, clouds will dominate, 69 each day. There could be a spot shower here and there, but the storm system we're watching is mainly to our north, and it's an inside slider, so it doesn't have the ocean to tap to as far as moisture is concerned. So I'm not overly concerned about any rain, but there will be quite a bit of clouds from it. Also, the full moon is coming up on Wednesday, so expect some extra tidal swings. That's my forecast. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray. Tune in, turn on to KXFM 104.7, Laguna's Community Radio.
The world can feel pretty noisy these days. So if you want to get away, join me, Don James, for the Morning Breeze, an hour-long break from today's busy world. Whether you're starting your day, checking in midday, or winding down before sleep, the Morning Breeze is your peaceful place to be. Mondays and Fridays at 8 a.m. on 104.7 KXFM, Laguna's Community Radio, or listen anytime at kxfmradio.org.
This disclaimer is a statement notifying listening audiences that any opinions expressed on our shows are not representative of Laguna Radio, Inc., its management, or its board of directors.
Good morning. A rainbow perspective. We may never pass this way again. A life, a legacy, a reminder. Sometimes a song is just a song, and sometimes it becomes a mirror, a guide, a quiet place that follows you through life, whispering truth when you need it most. And today we find ourselves holding both the song and saying goodbye to the man who helped give it to us, Dash Crofts of Seals and Crofts. A song that was never just a song. We may never pass this way again. Not loud, not flashy, just honest. A simple phrase that carries one of the most profound truths we must ever face. This moment, this breath, this chance to love, to speak, to act, does not repeat. And Dash Crofts didn't just sing those words, he understood them. Life, so they say, is but a game. But he reminded us that it's not a game to be played casually. It's a gift to be experienced fully. Too often we hold back, we wait, we assume there will be another chance, another conversation, another moment, another tomorrow. But the truth, as gentle as his music and as powerful as his message, is this: there are no guarantees of another pass. Love was meant to begin again and again. Love, like the autumn sun, should be dying, but it's only just begun. What a beautiful contradiction. Because the real love doesn't fade with time, it deepens, it evolves, and it becomes less about perfection and more about presence. And in that way, Dash Crofts gave us something rare, A reminder that love is not measured in how long it lasts, but how fully we show up for it. A life that reflected the message. There was a quiet grace about him. He didn't chase the spotlight, he created light. Through harmony, through reflection, through sincerity. His music carried peace, not as an escape from the world, but as a way to move through it with intention. And now we reflect on his passing, we realize something extraordinary. He lived the very message he gave us. A life not rushed, not wasted, but felt. The courage to truly live. Cast away your fears. Those weren't just lyrics. They were an invitation to speak when it's hard, to love when it's vulnerable, to step into life fully without waiting for perfect conditions. Because the greatest tragedy is not that life ends, it's that sometimes we don't fully live it when we're here. And the rainbow bench moment. Picture that bench in Laguna Beach overlooking the Pacific. The waves steady, the horizon endless, and you sit there just for a moment and you hear it. Not just the song, but the meaning behind it. Who do I need to reach out to? What have I been holding back? Where have I been living as if I have endless time? Because you don't. None of us do. And neither did he. The legacy and the reminder. Dash Crofts has taken his final bow in this world. But what he left behind is something far more lasting than performance. He left us truth, wrapped in melody. We may never pass this way again, so don't wait. Don't postpone joy, don't ration love, don't silence your truth. Laugh while the laughter is easy, cry if it means something real, and when you find someone who makes this journey meaningful, choose them fully now. And a final reflection. Because in the end, it is not about how many years we are given, but how present we are when we're in the moments we had. And thanks to Dash Crofts, we were reminded beautifully, gently, and forever. This moment matters, this life matters, and we are only here once.
So they say it's but a game and they let it slip away. Love, like the autumn sun, should be dying, but it's only just begun. Like the twilight in the road up ahead, they don't see just where we're going. All the secrets in the universe whisper in our ears. All the years come and go, take us up, always up. We may never pass this way again. We may never pass this way again. We may never pass this way again. is easy. I wanna cry, and it makes it worthwhile. I may never pass this way again. That's why I want it with you. 'Cause you make me feel like I'm more than a friend. Like I'm the journey, and you're the journey's end. I may never pass this way again. That's why I want it with you, baby.
Oh, thank you, Crofts, for that, for being human. Oh, it's a beautiful day in Laguna. It's 67 degrees. It's beach weather. No? Yeah, I think so. Sun's out. It's perfect weather. I do have another word of the day, since they seem to be so popular. This one is called quiet quitting. And I think it's a phrase that's emerged from modern work culture, describing the choice, your choice, to do your job, but not let it consume you or consume your identity or your entire life, for that matter. It doesn't mean giving up, by the way. It means setting boundaries, which we all need some boundaries, especially at work, because I think, in my experience, it's important. Protecting your time, reclaiming your energy. In a world that often celebrates burnout and dedication, quiet quitting asks a different question. What is enough? So I think how many of us have had a job where we're going, what is enough? Can you come in on Sunday and then Monday and work at 12 hours? Reflecting on that, maybe quieting isn't really about quitting at all. Maybe it's about remembering that our worth is not measured only by productivity, but by presence. By the time we give to the people we love, by the care we give ourselves, and by the moments we allow ourselves to simplify and simply be. So today from the Rainbow Bench, a gentle thought. What if success isn't about doing more and more, but it's about knowing when to pause and choosing what truly matters? Because sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is to live a life that isn't rushing past us. So, quiet quitting means lower your productivity and value your time. Anyway, so I have a song that has been very popular. I played it, I think, just twice. And I'm going to play it again. It's Oh, Mercy, Mercy Now. It explains itself, but it's a very powerful song. Listen to the words.
Mercy, mercy me. Something's wrong. somehow. Skies don't shine the way they did before. Smoke in the air and scones at every door. Oh, mercy, mercy me. Listen to the crying ground. The oceans rise and shorelines falling fast. Plastic tides that never seem to pass. Where did the quiet forest go? Where do the wild birds fly? Cities glow through endless nights, while satellites fill up the sky. Oh, mercy, mercy me. Tell me what we've allowed. The river's running heavy, thick and gray. Children asking if the bees will stay. Screens are lighting every face. Voices shout in every place. Truth gets lost inside the noise while power plays with people's choice. Oh, mercy, mercy me. Can we still turn it around? The earth is tired, but she's still alive. If we remember how to care and try, maybe love can lead the way. Maybe hope is here to stay. If we listen to the wind and sea and choose the world we wanna be. Oh, mercy. Oh, mercy me. Hear the planet calling out. The future's waiting in the seeds we sow. What we protect is what will grow. Oh, mercy, mercy me. Still a little hope I see. Down where the canyon meets the sea. And waves roll in so patiently. Sit a moment on that bench of light where colors shine against the night. The Gulf Pacific whispers soft and slow, reminding hearts the way to go. Mercy, mercy me. Maybe what we need to meet. Kinder souls beside the sea, guarding earth for you and me.
Moon River and the distance we travel. There's a song soft as a whisper, gentle as a tide rolling under a silver sky. Moon River. You've heard it before. Maybe you didn't stop to think about it. Maybe you did and don't know why it stayed with you. It first drifted into our lives through Breakfast at Tiffany's, sung by Audrey Hepburn. Sitting on a fire escape, guitar in hand, looking out, not at the city, but at something missing. And that's where the story begins. Because Moon River isn't really about a river, it's about distance. The distance between who we are and who we hope to become. The music was written by Henry Mancini and the lyrics by Johnny Mercer, a man who grew up in the American South watching real rivers, muddy, wide, endless, and dreaming of something more. And one day he wrote Moon River, wider than a mile, not because he needed to cross water, but because he needed to cross life. Two drifters off to see the world. Now that's a line people misunderstood. Drifter doesn't mean lost. It means not yet found. It means you stepped off the path that someone else decided you should follow. It means you're out there. No map, no guarantees, just a quiet little belief that somewhere there's a place for you. And then, maybe the most beautiful line of all, my huckleberry friend. A strange phrase, unless you know the reference. Huckleberry Finn, the boy who refused to live by society's rules, who drifted downriver in search of freedom. So what is a huckleberry friend? It's not just a person, it's something or someone that walks beside you in search for truth. Sometimes it's a lover, sometimes it's a friend, and sometimes it's the part of you that refuses to give up. And here's the truth. The song has always belonged quietly, beautifully, to anyone who has ever felt like they didn't quite fit in somewhere they were. Anyone who's ever said there has to be more than this. And if we are honest, that's a lot of us. Because life, for so many, isn't a straight road. It's a winding river, full of bends you didn't expect, currents you didn't choose, and moments that carry you farther from shore than you ever thought you would go. And here's the miracle of it all. The river just doesn't take, it also leads to where the rainbows end. Now that line is not about finding gold, it's about finding peace, finding identity, finding that place where you don't have to explain yourself to anyone, where you don't have to pretend, where you can finally say, this is me. And maybe, just maybe, the river was never something to cross at all. Maybe it was just something to follow. Because every step, every detour, every doubt was guiding you to the life you were meant to live. So the next time you hear Moon River, don't just listen to the melody. Listen to the journey. Because somewhere out there, there's still a lot of world to see. Still a dream with your name on it. Still a version of you waiting on the other side of the current. And when you get there, when the water finally calms, when the distance closes, when the searching turns into knowing, you won't say, I crossed the river. You'll say, the river carried me home. And that is your rainbow perspective.
Moon River, wider than a mile, I'm crossing you in style someday. Old dream maker, you heartbreaker, wherever you're going, I'm going your way. Two drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbows and waiting round the bend. My huckleberry friend, Moon River, and me.
Well, it was a wonderful movie, Breakfast at Tiffany's. If you haven't seen it, it's an old classic. I recommend it highly. It is a bit dated by the culture, but it has a powerful message that is still a standard for today. And I'm unanimous in that. So I do have, my next is about a feel-good California moment, something going on in north of L.A. The city that found its way back. There was a time not so long ago when the streets of San Francisco told a different story. A story whispered in headlines, echoed in frustration, felt in the hearts of the people who loved that city but wondered, quietly, what happened to us? Car break-ins, drug use out in the open, neighborhoods that once pulsed with life now holding their breath. And then something changed. Not overnight, not with a magic wand, but with something far more powerful. Leadership. A new mayor stepped into the spotlight. Daniel Lurie. Not with grand promises that sounded too good to be true, but with something refreshingly rare. Honesty, transparency, and action. He didn't pretend the problems didn't exist. He didn't point fingers. He didn't spin stories. He rolled up his sleeves, and 1 year later, the numbers are speaking. Car break-ins are down 22-year low. Crime is down 40%. But here's the real story. It's not just about statistics. It's about a mother who feels safe walking her child to school again. It's about the shop owner reopening the door with hope instead of fear. It's about neighbors talking again, smiling again, believing again. Because pride, real pride, isn't something you announce. It's something you restore. And on the streets of San Francisco, you can feel it. The rhythm of the footsteps that aren't rushed, the laughter that lingers a little longer, and the quiet but powerful return of community. Now, listen closely, because this is the part of the story that matters the most. For years, we've been told that some problems are too big, too complicated, too broken to fix, that crime is inevitable, that drugs, they will always win, that cities, once they fail, don't come back. But San Francisco is proving something different. It's proving that when leadership is honest, when it is visible, when it is accountable to the people, change is not only possible, it's inevitable. Not perfect, not finished, but moving forward. And maybe, just maybe, that's a lesson for all of us. From coast to coast, from big cities to small towns, we don't need perfection. We need people willing to face the truth, to do the work, and to bring others along with them. Because when that happens, communities heal, streets come alive, and hope finds its way home. And in San Francisco, it has. Now you know the rest of the story. And here's the truth that echoes beyond the Golden Gate. It can be done.
If you're going to San Francisco, be sure to wear some flowers in your hair. If you're going to San Francisco,
Graham and Rio. We are students in the Flow program at Laguna Beach High School. Did you realize that the size of your foundation and attic vent meshes can make a big difference in preventing wildfire home intrusion? Many homes have 1/4 inch mesh on their vents, but embers from wildfires can easily pass through openings of that size.
Switching your vents to 1/8 inch mesh can help keep those embers out. It's an inexpensive upgrade that adds an extra layer of protection. Check your vents, make the switch, and stay fire safe. This message is brought to you by the Greater Laguna Coast Fire Safe Council and station KXFM 104.7, Laguna's community radio.
Oh, Laguna's Community. Craig here, KXFM Rainbow Radio, halfway through the second hour on my Sunday program. And I have a news item here that really irked me. And, you know, I always have to say something when it irks me. If you might remember I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore episode a couple weeks back. Well, there are moments when you hear something and you just sit there and you blink. You replay it in your mind and then it hits you. No, that can't be right. But it is. Because right now in the United States of America, we are using taxpayer dollars, your money, my money, to pay a company nearly $1 billion. Did you know that? Well, and why? Not to build something. But to stop building something. We're paying, really? To stop building clean energy, to stop building wind power. Let that sink in. Whew. You just sit there. We're not investing in the future. We're paying to cancel it. That's what I think. And if that weren't enough, the same decision helps redirect investments back to fossil fuels. Really? Do we really want to go back to fossil fuels and $9 a gallon? Yes, backwards. Back to the very energy sources that scientists, not politicians, not pundits, but scientists around the world have been warning us about for decades. And this is the moment. This is where I say I'm mad as hell. Because it isn't just about politics. It isn't about left or right. This is about math. This is about science. This is about where the air we all breathe, the oceans rising, the fires burning, the storms getting stronger, and the generations after us asking, what the hell were they thinking? We are standing in a crossroads in human history. One path leads to innovation, to responsibility, to a world where we finally say enough. We choose to protect this planet. The other path? Well, we already know that road. We've been on it. It's polluted, it's unstable, and it's running out of time. And yet, here we are, writing checks, writing checks to make sure we don't change. Now listen, this isn't about hating the past. Fossil fuels built much of the world we know. But the future, I remember a movie, Fossil Fuels, the future is plastics, The Graduate. But the future is renewable. It has to be, because you don't get to ignore reality forever. Eventually, reality collects. And when we are literally paying to stop clean energy, when we are financially rewarding going backwards, that's not policy. That's insanity. Let me say that again. That's insanity. And yes, I'm mad as hell. Mad that we know better. Mad that we can do better. Mad that the solutions are already spinning in the world and we're choosing to shut them down. But here's the truth we can't cancel. You can slow progress. You can stall it. You can even pay to stop it. But you can't stop what the future demands, because the wind still blow, the sun will still rise, and sooner or later we will have to decide, Do we work with this planet, with it, or do we keep paying to destroy it? Now you know the rest of the story. If we're willing to spend billions to stop clean energy, just imagine what we could do if we spent it to save our world. The actual details of that, I encourage you just to go to Google. There's more details about where those tax dollars are going. And it's, there are, like when you go to Palm Springs, the wind turbines that generate electricity, renewable energy, is what is being started, and the project was started, and they're paying a foreign company was doing it for the U.S. government, but the U.S. government is paying them to stop and go away and reinvest the money in fossil fuels. So with that, as long as I'm on a kick, what are we fighting for? There's a war going on.
They say the war's begun again. Another crisis on the screen, another place we've never seen. Pack your bags, the call has come. They say the job must still be done. Way across the desert sand, some faraway place called Iran. So put your questions on the shelf. They say it's time to help ourselves. And it's 1, 2, 3, what are we fighting for? Turn on the news, they've got a plan. Next stop is Iran, and it's 5, 6, 7. Heaven's always open late. Ain't no time to wonder why. March along and don't ask why. Come on, generals, draw the line. Maps and arrows looking fine. Talking tough on every show, saying it's the only road. Peace is slow, but war is fast. History's repeating past. And it's 1, 2, 3. What are we fighting for? Nobody seems to understand. Next stop is Iran, and it's 5, 6, 7. Send them through the gates of heaven. Still no time to wonder why another mother starts to cry. Well, come on, markets don't move slow. War's the hottest business show. Contracts signed and profits rise while rockets streak across the skies. Deals are made behind closed doors while someone else goes off to war. And it's 1, 2, 3. What are we fighting for? Somewhere in a distant land. Next stop is Iran, and it's 5, 6, 7. Heaven counting up to 11. Still no time to question why young dreams have to die. Maybe someday we will learn every war eventually burns. Different place and different name, but somehow it's the same old game. Maybe someday we'll decide peace is stronger than our pride, and it's war. 1, 2, 3. What are we fighting for? Maybe love can take command. Maybe we can understand. And it's 5, 6, 7. Maybe we can choose a heaven where nobody has to die just to have
Oh, if that doesn't get you going, what are we fighting for? I love that song. It certainly expresses a lot of things on my mind. Oh, so I do have a question this week, a rainbow question. Around the world, more people than ever are feeling divided. Have you noticed? By politics, by beliefs, by identity, by fear of the other, transgender. And yet, in quiet moments, most of us want the same simple things. I mean, really. To feel safe, to be heard, and to belong. So here's this week's Rainbow Questions. If we spent less time asking who is right and more time asking who is hurting, how might the conversation begin to change? Because sometimes understanding doesn't begin with answers, it begins with compassion. So there you go. Who is right and who is hurting? That is the question of today. And also, I do have a rainbow wisdom. But first, I do have one more fun song that I need to play.
I know you wanted me to stay, but I can't ignore the crazy visions of me in LA. And I heard that there's a special place where boys and girls can all be queens every single day. I'm having wicked dreams of leaving Tennessee. If Santa Monica, I swear it's calling me, won't make my mama proud. It's gonna cause a scene. She sees her baby girl, I know she's gonna scream. God, what have you done? You're a pink pony girl, and you dance at the club. Oh, mama, I'm just having fun on the stage in my heels. It's where I belong, down at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing down in West Hollywood. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. Pink Pony Club. I'm up and dolls are on the floor. Lovers in the bathroom and a light outside the door. Black lights and a mirror disco ball. Every night's another reason why I left it all. I think my wicked dreams are here from Tennessee or Santa Monica. You've been too good to me, won't make my mama proud. It's gonna cause a scene. She sees her baby girl, I know she's gonna scream. God, what have you done? You're a pink pony girl, and you dance at the club. Oh, mama, I'm just having fun on the stage in my heels. It's where I belong, down at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing down in West Hollywood. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. Pink Pony Club. Don't think I've left you all behind. Still love you in Tennessee, you're always on my mind. And mama, every Saturday I can hear your southern drawl 1,000 miles away, saying, God, what have you done? You're a pink pony girl, and you dance at the club. Oh, mama, I'm just having fun on the stage in my heels. It's where I belong, down at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing down in West Hollywood. I'm gonna
Oh, Chapel Roan. Pink Pony Club. We've got a lot of pink in the program today. Well, pink is part of the rainbow. You never know. So if you've listened much to me, I have quite a strong feeling about transgender, trans people, and the horrible damage and unthinkable things that are going on in that world, in that perspective. But let's go here. There are moments in history when the noise gets so loud and the anger so constant that the headlines are so heavy that it begins to feel like the darkness is winning, and that is transgender. We've all seen it. The debates, the legislation, the words, sharp, dismissive, sometimes cruel, aimed at our trans and gender expansive and intersexed community. And if you listen long enough, you might start to believe that we're all is fighting to hold ground. Just trying to survive. I'm speaking for the trans people in the world. But every so often, without permission, without waiting for approval, something remarkable happens. This is my feel-good moment for Rainbow Radio today. On April 10th, in Hollywood, California, yes, Trans Latin, a coalition, will do more than hold a ceremony. They will break ground. This is huge, folks, and it's coming up on April 10th. Not just into soil, but breaking ground into history, because rising from the ground will be something this country has never seen before. Nope. A permanent home built by the community for the community. It'll include training rooms where futures are built, community-run businesses where dignity becomes ownership, wraparound services where people are not judged but supported, seen and valued. It's all going to be under one roof. And here's the best part they won't always tell you. It didn't come from power. It didn't come from politics. It didn't come from permission. It came from people who were told over and over again that they didn't belong. Who decided to build this place anyway? Well, so while the world argues, while the noise continues, while the darkness tries to convince us it's permanent, in one corner of Los Angeles, there is light. Not imagined, not promised, not debated, built brick by brick, dream by dream, life by life. And maybe, just maybe, the real story isn't about the hatred we hear, but it's about the future we're creating, whether anyone else is ready for it or not. How about that? Because when a community stops asking for space and starts building its own, that's not survival, that's power, that's legacy. And that's history being written in real time. And in the end, long after the noise fades, it won't be the voices of hate that remain. It will be the foundation they poured anyway. They tried to erase them, so they built something that can never be erased. And now you know the rest of the story. This is going to be a fantastic facility. It is in Hollywood, of course, and it's about a half a city block big. And the groundbreaking, I've been invited to attend there. I may, if we get all the details sorted out, I may be there. And on the 10th, from 10 a.m. to noon is the groundbreaking. And they're going to have all sorts of things going on in the space. Now, it's not built yet, but it's been funded. And it's going to, they're having their groundbreaking. And it's put together by the Trans Latin. So, it's overdue. It's what's needed. Okay, folks? What can I say? Yeah, it's overdue. So I don't know why I'm possessed just to play this next crazy song, because every once in a while I like to throw a wild hair in the mix. So here's a throwback, I don't know, back to the 60s, maybe the 50s. I don't know. Latin flavor from Prez Prado, and the song titled is Cherry Pink and Apple Blossom White. I love that song. I warned you. I warned you. Oh, my. I was thinking that perhaps part of the Sunday program is that Sundays is a special day because it's when you take a gentle pause in your week between what you've carried all week long and what you're about to begin. It's actually the beginning of the week. But so before the day asks anything of you, this is the moment not just to notice where you are. This morning's Rainbow Wisdom story is about something quiet and that often goes unseen. A bridge you didn't notice. There is a small bridge on a well-traveled path. It was grand. No sweeping views. No one stopped to take pictures of it. Most people didn't even realize they crossed it. They simply walked over it on their way to somewhere else. But beneath the bridge ran a narrow stream. Not dangerous, but deep enough. That crossing without help would have been difficult. The bridge never called attention to itself. It didn't denounce its presence. It simply stayed steady, day after day, helping people move forward without interruption. One afternoon, a heavy rain persisted, and the stream below began to swell. And for the first time, people stopped and looked down. They saw the water rushing beneath them. They saw what they had crossed so many times without noticing. And suddenly the bridge mattered in a new way. Not because it had changed, but because they finally saw it. And someone quietly said, "There are things in our lives holding us up every day that we forget to be grateful for." So this Sunday morning, take a moment to notice your bridges, the routes that steady you, the people who support you, the quiet strengths you've built over time. They may not ask for recognition, they may not stand out, but they carry you more than you realize. Good morning, and that's the Rainbow Wisdom. We all have bridges. So with that, I'm going to get in another crazy inspirational song because I think it's a glorious day, what they say. I'm vertical, I'm up, I've embraced the day, and here's my message.
Don't tell me not to live, just sit and putter. Life's candy and the sun's a ball of butter. Don't bring around a cloud to rain on my parade. Don't tell me not to fly, I simply got to. If someone takes a spill, it's me and not you. Who told you you're allowed to rain on my parade? I'll march my band out, I'll beat my drum, and if I'm found out, your turn at bat, sir. At least I didn't fake it, hat, sir. I guess I didn't make it, but whether I'm the rose of sheer perfection or freckle on the nose of life's complexion, the cinder or the shiny apple of its eye, I gotta fly once, I gotta try once, only can die once, right, sir? Ooh, life is juicy, juicy, and you see I gonna have my bite, sir. Get ready for me, love, 'cause I'm a comer. I simply gotta march my heart for drummer. Don't bring around a cloud of rain on my
Hey.
Mr.
Oh, I didn't recognize you. Okay, well, I'm wrapping up. I'm going to say one more goodbye here, and I'm out of here. I usually give 5 minutes, but I didn't think anyone was coming, so I'm right up to the hour. Okay.
Fake it hot, sir. Guess I didn't make it. Get ready for me, love, cause I'm a comer. I simply gotta march my heart to drum. I know. Nobody, no, nobody is gonna rain on
And that's it for Rainbow Radio this week. I thank you for tuning in. I hope you had a pleasureful trip for the last couple hours, and I hope you're back next week. I want to shout out to South Africa. They're listening. They got their ears on. Thank you for listening. This is Craig signing out.
KXRN LP, Laguna Niguel, Laguna Beach. KXFM on 104.7. KXFMradio.org.
This disclaimer is a statement notifying listening audiences that any opinions expressed on our shows are not representative of Laguna Radio Inc., its management, or its board of directors.
Hey there, what's up, Laguna? Janice Murray here with news. The Laguna Art Museum has just received a gift of $3 million that will go to fund a new position for a curator to lead the scholarship and creative vision of the museum. He or she will be the first endowed